Hello, welcome to the Climb to 1800. Now, before I start my game today, let me just state that, over the past 2 days, I've made 2 mouse slips. So this game, I'm going to make a point of only dragging the piece and then placing it down when I'm absolutely sure where it is. And let's get into the game with that. Now, also, I did tilt a little bit yesterday. However, I do think that there's a difference between tilting and having an anger issue, as 1 or 2 of the comments said. I think that compared to many chess players, I am relatively tame in my reactions. And again, I don't think that I actually reacted that harshly. If you guys feel differently, you can let me know. But in all honesty, I think that I reacted appropriately. I'm sorry if that counters your opinion, but I do not believe that I overreacted by very much. If you didn't watch that video, you probably shouldn't, because I didn't play very good chess. But I really don't think that I reacted as strongly as a few of the comments would make it sound like I did. Okay, but besides that, we're just playing Caro-Kann, and next to me, I have a book that I've been reading. It's called The Amateur's Mind. Now, don't worry, this doesn't have any opening preparation or opening theory. I'm not cheating. However, it does have some things that I want to pay attention to, in particular in this game. Firstly is the list of imbalances. Now, I don't think it's against the rules to read a chess book while you play chess online, as long as it doesn't include opening moves. This obviously, I mean, you can look up this book. It doesn't have any opening moves. It's just kind of, I don't know, like a chess training book almost, like that type of thing. But it has a list of imbalances that I'm going to refer back to just to keep in mind. And I really don't like this line. I think I'm just going to play bishop f5 because I think that I've faced this before and this was the correct move in the past, allowing me to play e6 without trapping in my bishop. And before I begin, the imbalances that I'm going to keep in mind are, number 1, the minor pieces. Let's see. The pawn structure, the space, the material, files and squares, and development/initiative. Now, let me find if it explains these in greater depth, because that seems to... Okay, here it is. Minor pieces. The interplay between bishops and knights. So, obviously, the two have very different characteristics. I'm just going to play e6. And, if you have bishops, you want to open up the board a little bit more. You want to make sure that it isn't super closed down. And if your opponent has knights in particular, you want to take away their outposts on the board as much as you can. Now there's the pawn structure, a broad subject that encompasses doubled pawns, isolated pawns, backward pawns, passed pawns. There's the space, which kind of speaks for itself. There is the material, obviously. There is files and squares. Files, ranks, and diagonals act as pathways for your pieces, while squares act as homes. Whole plans can center around domination of a file or the creation of weak squares in an enemy's camp, development, and initiative. So, throughout this game, I'm going to constantly refer back to if my moves are helping me achieve goals like those. Now I'm just going to play here. And by the way, if you're wondering why I'm back above 1550, yesterday I ended up at 1540 something. I did play one more game after I ended recording. I know it was dumb of me, but I did end up winning, thankfully. So we are back above 1550, and this game is going to require my complete attention. So no more reading books, no more discussing vague strategies, only real chess. And I believe, okay, so he plays that move. We've seen that move quite a few times, and I believe that the correct response is pretty much always queen c7. Yeah, and I don't see any reason to differ now. We aren't going to blunder a fork or anything. We're just going to play queen c7. And let it be done with. Now I can kick out the bishop and play for c5. This is just typical Caro stuff. And by the way, I'm kind of dumb about my chess education in the sense that I have a bunch of courses that are like 1,000 moves long each, like opening courses, and I feel like I should be studying them less and studying tactics more. However, I love studying openings so much. Like, it's so much fun to me to study openings. So because I enjoy chess and I just kind of play it because I love the game, I think that it's okay for me to prioritize studying openings just because I find so much joy, joy in it. I just really love it. There's something about I don't know, prepping against what your opponent has. Maybe it's because I used to be a debater and prep is big in debate, but that's just how I feel. Yeah, and I'm trying to learn the Roy Lopez as white. And I know, it's kind of crazy what I'm planning on studying, you know, Najdorf, King's Indian, Roy Lopez, like these are big, big undertakings. But I want to play chess for many, 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 many years going forward, and I'm aware that this is a lifelong pursuit. Obviously not professionally for me, but for the enjoyment of the game. And yeah, that's kind of all there is to say so far. Opponent is taking time to think. I feel like our position is totally fine. Next move, I'm probably going to kick out his bishop unless he takes. Slightly worried about g4 followed by capturing here, but I think that I captured towards the center and I'm completely fine there. I've learned that taking with the h-pawn towards the center is actually not bad at all for black. It can be slightly annoying since you no longer have the resource of h6, but much worse things could happen. And another move to consider, and by the way, I'm regretting not having played queen to b6. I think that it achieves the same thing as queen to c7, however, it also creates threats of its own. For example, queen v6, and I could have threatened pushing here because then I could take this pawn. And I do regret not playing queen b6. Yeah, that would have definitely been the stronger version of the same kind of plan. However, probably still completely fine for white, and I'm sure that queen b6 has some of its own benefits, including allowing me to play knight d7 to trade these knights at some point. I mean, opponent has apparently very bad Wi-Fi, so maybe that'll play into our hands a little bit too, but we are not in the business of praying for our opponent's technical downfall, only their chess downfall. Okay, I'm just going to play a6. I would spend longer, but I have a feeling I'm going to end up playing that move anyway. And I just realized that I violated my own thought process of ensuring that I'm playing the correct move on each one by dragging it slowly, because I've misclicked once per day for the last 2 days. And let's look back at the list of imbalances. In terms of minor pieces, obviously nobody's taken any minor pieces, so there can't really be any imbalances, except for the strength. His knight is pretty strong here, but I'll be able to trade it off pretty soon, so I'm not too worried about it. For the pawn structure, obviously we have a very strong pawn center, or pawn structure. White has a pawn on d4 that could become a weakness unless they retreat their knight and play c3, which would be pretty easy for them to do. Space, I mean, obviously white's invading our territory a little bit, so they probably have a little bit of a space advantage. Okay. I was not expecting that, to be honest. I thought they would definitely move back, but I'm fine with that. I think that helps me. And I mean, next move I might just play this. One thing I'm slightly worried about. No, g4 is never a threat. g4 is never a threat, because that's way too weakening. He'd never play that. And if he did, I don't think it would be a strong move. Now, immediately, I'm looking at c5, rook b8. Rook b8 just puts our rook on a very strong diagonal. However, queen b6 might actually be the stronger version of that, because it would double attack these two pawns. However, I would like to get castled before I have any attacking ideas. I mean, and we definitely don't want this pawn to become a weakness. And by the way, we're playing against a strong opponent, 1580, like, stronger than me by, like 35 points. So, we're going to have to try very hard to win. And, I mean, yeah, like, on this channel, I'm really not going to try to, like, suppress my emotions when I lose. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to curse or anything. But I'm going to show my frustration because I'm a human being, and it's not like I'm like actually super angry. It's like I'm frustrated because I care about chess. So yeah, I'm not going to be in the business either of putting on a fake internet persona. Like if I say something just it's because I would really say that. Let's see. Okay. That seems like a little bit of a waiting move. I was never going to pin his knight anyway. I feel like the time has come for bishop d5. Obviously, the threat there is takes, and I win a pawn. That won't actually happen, because I assume that after this, he'll either put his bishop there, although there, or maybe he'll bring his rook out. Each look equally annoying a little bit. c5 is actually probably the strongest move here, because he doesn't have time to play against it. And after yeah, I'm 99% sure c5 is the correct move, because I don't want to give him any ideas with b4. However, b4 wouldn't be that big of a threat, because that would really weaken the c2 pawn. However, I'm thinking c5, and that seems like the best way to activate my bishop, because I'm thinking about moving my bishop. But if you think about it in a different way, like, I'm going to be moving this bishop anyway, so I might as well move it. Sorry, I'm going to play c5 anyway, so I might as well develop my bishop with the aid of a move that I was going to play in either scenario. So I think that c5 is strong. And I also don't want to wait for him to be able to play c3. Because the longer I wait, the more defenses he can get on it. And I think he has a myriad of ways of dealing with this. Probably strongest is not dealing with this, letting me capture and then putting a piece on there. But yeah, this move is really just to activate my bishop. Feeling very antsy, not sure why. After bishop e3, that takes its eyes off of this pawn. Wait a minute, do I have a tactic? No, I don't. Okay. It looks like these pieces are all about to be loose. This bishop will hold it together momentarily. Wait a minute. I feel like I have a tactic. So here, this knight looks suspect. Here, right? Now this bishop is super overloaded. He could also take with the queen, but that drops this pawn, so not going to calculate that. Here, bishop takes. Yeah, that looks strong for me. Unfortunately, I can't attack it with a knight or anything. I could also go here, threatening taking this pawn, and also renewing this, making this threat a little... No, I think that rook's b8 looks strong too. I'd actually be happy if he took there, because then that would drop this. So let's just develop a rook, I think. No need to play the move that isn't that he wants me to play, because again, he really can't capture there. Uh-oh. Okay, thankfully that's chocolate. I did eat an Orby earlier just to see how it tasted. So, maybe a little bit stupid of me, but you know what? You only live once. Okay, this looks so suspect. Here takes. He's really hanging on by a thread. So here, if queen takes, by the way, that obviously that disrupts this pawn, so that's not going to happen. But if here bishop takes, I don't have any way of here. Then takes, and it looks like I'm either winning this knight or this pawn. So takes here. He doesn't have to take me though. Are there really no tactics? I'm thinking takes, and I push this fork, but this knight isn't really moving anywhere, is it? Here, he has two defenders there right now, so that isn't really going to happen. Dang, okay, I think that the best I do have is just to capture this middle pawn while I can. I could also go there, then takes, push, but then this knight is hanging a little bit. I do feel like this is a critical position though, so I really don't want to rush. Let me think about this very hard. Takes. Then here, if he can't move back, he kind of I mean, he doesn't have to capture. He could play like this, but then takes, queen takes, and I take this pawn. So after takes, or I put it here, he has to capture. I go here. Then he can't defend this knight without moving it, and I win this pawn. Okay, capturing here is the move. I'm pretty confident about that. And, I mean, obviously, he has to recapture. I'm not going to explain why. I mean, he's going to lose a piece if he doesn't, so. He also can't give any intermezzos. Nothing works. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, he plays that. Exactly what I was expecting. Then, I mean, I had a plan. I might as well go through with the plan, so. Bishop goes there. And we're really playing for the c2 pawn that he weakened when he pushed this. And I feel like I have a little bit of an edge right now. I definitely have more initiative than my opponent. And again, he can't drop back or anything because then I take and then I take his knight. So, and then if he doesn't do anything, I capture here, then he captures here. Then it looks like his queen is really loose, and I can also just take this pawn straight up, and then I'm threatening this one too. Yeah, this is a good position for me, I think. This is very good. But converting is a different story. Because if I calculated correctly, I should be up a pawn after this exchange, but the pawn definitely doesn't tell the full story. I'm also now calculating g4, pushing it back, then taking here, taking, then taking, but it looks like I can still play rook c8, and I'm still either going to win this rook or this pawn. And I do have to consider the 3-on-1, but it's not really a 3-on-1 because I have the d pawn to kind of interfere. It is worth noting that I have 2 bishops. Obviously, he has 2 knights. So the more open I can make the position, the better for me, theoretically. And I feel like his knight here is almost more of a weakness than a strength. Because it can be attacked pretty easily until he plays f4. Yeah, I like my bishops a lot better than I like his knights, because my bishops are kind of laser beaming. However, he can just trade it, obviously. And opponent is taking time. This is the first time that I've had a game where I take a fair amount of time, but my opponent still takes more than me. Oh, that's a good move. I didn't see that. That's a very good move. Is it? Takes, queen takes, obviously. But now I don't have this, because it's this. I could just go here, and then takes, and I still renew it. I think that this is probably the move, but let's see. Takes, queen takes. Can't really attack the queen, can I? No, I have nothing that can attack this dark square. Yeah, it looks like I might be running out of firepower. Takes, and it's killing me that his queen is so weak, but I still can't do anything about it. It looks like rook c8 is probably the correct move, because then takes, and he can't save everything. Takes, right? then can I threaten anything? Then here, no, not there. I can't move this knight without allowing a knight trade. I could also just castle, but then he takes, and he can just move his knight, and he's actually completely fine. So I think that to keep up any amount of pressure, I'm going to have to play rook c8. And then takes, he moves this, and I take with the bishop first. Then I can't evacuate. So yeah, rook to c8. But rook a2 was a great move by my opponent. I didn't see that at all, actually. And I mean, now actually, by the way, this knight is looking even more unsteady. But I don't think I'm ever going to be able to win it unless he makes a dumb move right now, because if he plays something stupid, then takes, queen takes, obviously I can just take this knight. So I think he does have to take my bishop right now, or he loses a knight. Unless he finds another move that I just didn't see like happen before. I wouldn't be too super surprised. I guess he could play something like this, but that doesn't really seem that good, because I still take, queen takes, and then looks like I can still have some pressure. Actually, maybe knight a4 would be more annoying than I thought, but it can't be good. It can't. I just can't build. I mean, it just can't be. Although that isn't good reasoning in chess. If he moves back, I still take. Yeah, rook a2 takes, queen takes. Wait a minute, I just realized something. After here, queen takes, he moves the knight here. Sorry, here. Can he pin me at all? Well, it depends on what he plays right now. If he plays something good right now, I'll have to consider the fact that he might be able to pin my bishop to my queen. And this is pretty tactical. Pretty unusual for the Caro-Kann. This would be so much better if my rook were in front of my queen, but you can't choose that type of thing. And my opponent's time is running down, so for the first time in the climb to 1800, I might be playing for the clock a little bit. And I really don't think he has anything except for bishop takes. I don't think he has anything at all besides that, actually. Actually, what am I talking about? I just discussed... Actually, yeah. No, he has nothing besides bishop takes, because anything else I meet with bishop takes, queen takes knight. I guess theoretically he could play like knight there. Oh, that is a good move. Knight to e2 is a good move, because then take... He plays the move I was talking about. Okay. He plays the move I was talking about. Takes, obviously queen takes. Then takes. What happens after here? Takes, queen takes. Here. Obviously it looks good that I can do this, except I can't, because... And if I wait another move, then he just takes. Nope. So queen takes here. This takes. Then, yeah, he found a good move. I was saying it can't work, but it actually looks like it does work somehow. Here, maybe. Okay, well, I also, yeah. Okay, I think I'm just gonna capture and play for time. But I don't like playing for time. It's not fun. Now knight here is strong, probably. Wait, I really would like to... capture here, but he really does have this move, doesn't he? Here, there. Looks like I'm actually trapped after that. I can't really do much. If I move my queen, maybe then I have something, because then takes. But it might also just be better just to castle, not get super greedy, and just play against this slowly. Wow, he found his way out. I'm very impressed. Oh, this is a good move, because then takes, that renews this threat. No, then why would I want to trade, actually? Because that blunders this pawn anyway, so never mind. Here, he can move this. And that attacks this. But no, that doesn't do anything because I can just castle. So here, I don't know what he'd do, but what's my plan with this knight? Is just going to float there in the ether? Yeah, definitely can't capture because of this. Which is very annoying. I guess that knight A here was better than I thought. You know what? I think I'm just going to castle, honestly. And this might be a move. I don't think that's that strong, though, because I can basically kick it out instantly, and he can't defend it. Yeah, this position is trickier than I thought. He moves his king there. I guess that's a waiting move, but I don't really see how that works. I don't think that was super accurate. Let's see, how do I proceed? Here. Oh my god, I really want that fork. Do I have any tactics? I don't think I do. Here, then I'm threatening just to take. So here, captures. He can defend this in a bunch of different ways. But then it looks like I have some fun ideas. Yeah, I want to just trade these knights, I think. I wish I had something better, but I really don't see it. Make sure I'm not blundering anything. I really don't think I am, so I'm just going to play it. Wow. I can't believe that I didn't have something better there. At least I'm a minute and a half up, and my opponent has very poor connection. Okay, he takes. Obviously, I take. Now this pawn is hit. I can take here with the rook if he isn't careful, and I mean I'm probably going to double up my rooks here and really use the c pawn to launch my initiative. My bishop is definitely better than his knight. His knight doesn't really have any natural... What am I talking about? I just gave him a fork. Wow, I was not paying attention and I got punished instantly. Now, I don't think that this game is over if he finds that. Because I would still have some strong pressure. But that's dreadful that I blundered that. Absolutely dreadful. And I can't really imagine a world where he doesn't find that because he's been playing quality moves. Yeah, there's no way he doesn't find that. Wow, I just blundered. I can't believe I literally oh my god, he didn't find it. Thank you. Thank you, chess gods. Thank you so much. Well, I got lucky there. I got very lucky. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's just luck. nothing else. Yeah, if he found that, I would have been screwed. I mean, I was trying to play it off like I wasn't too scared, but I mean, I would have lost, definitely. So here, wait, okay. First of all, first order of business is getting out of this fork. I think that the best move would probably be this, because it threatens a lot of things, and it keeps eyes on this pawn. So, without further ado, let's get out of the freaking fork. And if he takes here, I'll probably take back with the pawn. Or maybe actually, I'm not sure. I haven't fully decided. I'm just living on a high right now because we didn't get forked. Obviously, I'll take this pawn if he doesn't take me. And by the way, if he does take this pawn, I have the intermezzo of taking this pawn first, which attacked this rook. Then he can attack me again, but then... Okay, he finds it now. It's a bit too late for that, though. I'll bet you that he's wishing he found that a move ago. Yeah, that's a good move, though, even now, though. Because he's going to get a passed pawn. Yeah, if I play here, he's just definitely going to clamp down. Then actually I push up, and it isn't totally clear. Okay, yeah, this is actually still pretty bad for me. I'm just going to move up, because his clock is under pressure. Takes, I take, obviously. Takes, but I assume he's going to push forward, which is probably the more testing move. Yeah, he finds it, of course. Now I really don't want to give him this, so... I mean, yeah, this is bad. Maybe I play this and then I sack the exchange. Okay, yeah, I should have done a lot of things differently, honestly. Firstly, can I play this move and then take here, then queen takes, and I push? No, I can't. This is bad. Okay, I'm gonna push this pawn. Try to restrict him from getting in this move. Even though we can probably still play it. Dang, his knight is so strong right now. Okay, I didn't pay attention to the imbalances. Wow, yeah, I was actually worried about that move. I can push forward again, and that might be strongest. Oh, yeah. If I push forward and he takes with the knight, though, actually. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Here, he just takes and takes. Oh, man. Yeah, this is bad. This is very bad. He's now threatening this. I could go here. Then takes. Here takes. And that pawn is weak. Okay. Now I have a plan at least. If he takes his pawn, I'm happy. And by the way, if he pushes forward, he traps my rook, but I think I'm actually happy to trade it off for this knight anyway. At this point. So I'm actually not too mad about... Oh, what am I talking... If he pushes, I take this pawn. Forget I said that. Yeah, this is bad. Okay, yeah. You know, it's funny, I was talking about the minor piece imbalances. Okay, so now his plan is definitely to push this. Oh, but he blundered. He blundered. Yeah, because now I take, and this rook is undefended. And it can really just end like that. Wow. Yeah, I mean, you can play an amazing entire game, but then it can be the one move that ends you. And that's why you study tactics, even though that's like the simplest tactic in the puzzle rush, probably. But what can you say? I mean, opponent gets low on time for the first time in this. I almost said speedrun again. In the climb, I really pressed the clock, and it worked out for me. He might resign. He might not resign. If he takes this pawn, I play rook c6, attacking this pawn and simultaneously putting pressure on this one, allowing me to triple stack. Opponent's probably pretty frustrated. Opponent is from Germany and has very high lag. Okay? So now he's obviously threatening to take. But what's funny is I actually probably take there first. If I play this, he's going to push, and then I'm trapped. So if I take here, queen takes. Okay, that doesn't work. Here. Here. Oh no, oh my, I almost just blundered it back, because if I take, he takes here and he hits my queen. Wait a minute. I need to calculate this. Here, takes. I hit his queen too. Then takes, pushes. No, that's not good. No. I just drop all the way back. I'm not going to play with fire when I don't have to. There's no reason to make this super complicated. I'm just up a piece. Yeah, that's the type of way that you lose this, just a totally winning game, is you make it more complicated than it has to be, when you can just drop back, take a deep breath, and have a winning position. If he takes, I take. If he pushes, I take. If he plays nothing good, then I take. And he has 15 seconds, and I do not see him saving this game. Okay? He can't take with the queen, so he has to take with the pawn. Now I can play this to build up more pressure. And as I like to say, this is probably all she wrote. Especially given the time situation. Okay, he does play queen there. And I have 2 minutes. If I play this, he does get this push. But am I afraid of it? No. Because then I can actually... I mean, I can start pushing myself, honestly. Here, obviously, it doesn't work as takes. I would like to take there. So maybe actually I even play here. Yeah, I'm just going to pose him some issues. I'm just going to pose him some problems and ask him to solve them in a very short amount of time. And I'm threatening to move my rook up, kicking out his queen, and then moving back. Yeah. If he plays like this or defends like this or something, I move my rook up, and he's going to run out of time. And that is game. Whoa, and we're back up to the same rating as the peak. Nice. What I was talking about is if he plays this, then I do have, yeah, and Engine is agreeing with me. This, he has to go back to like d4. Then I play probably rook up to here, right? Wait, it wants me to play rook 5 to b6? Oh, it wants me to play this. Can he play queen c5 again, though? Okay, this is good too, yeah. Yeah, so let's review the game. Let's review the game. By the way, I did see a comment saying at 1600 I should do a piano video. I probably won't make a separate video, but once I reach 1600, I'll play you guys a song on the piano. How about that? I'll also include timestamps in case you want to skip that when the video does arrive, of course. But yeah, this is fun. Yeah, H6 was weird because it wasn't like I was going to move my bishop again so soon after placing it on f5. But instead I should have played bishop d6. I'm very surprised. But, okay, so here I was talking about queen b6. Queen b6 is probably better. Oh, it's actually worse. Best move was to bring the rook over. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Here, instead of attacking, I should have probably just developed my bishop, right? Yeah. So all this is totally fine. c5 is best. Yeah, here I do have an advantage, like I was saying. Okay, it wanted me to develop my bishop. I thought I was saving that move with tempo. Okay, I should not have taken there. It really wanted me to play bishop. Oh, I get it. I get it. The idea is that if he leaves this here, I'm just going to take and win a pawn. But then if he moves it, then... Actually, I guess he's fine here, but I guess that I could have just developed with some tempo. Okay, so I gave away my advantage completely. I really should have played this. And it's claiming I have a small advantage, or an advantage, but I'm not seeing the advantage super clearly. So I'm actually fine with the way that I played it, even though... Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not fine with the way I played it, but... Wow, we're both making pretty bad inaccuracies here. And now it wanted me to drop back, renewing the threat of capturing here. Oh, wait, actually, this is a great move. Jeez. Oh, wait, no, it's not. I was thinking that, like, if he moves this bishop, or if he moves this, then I'm taking here, but I don't know what I was thinking. Obviously, that doesn't work. Okay, all this is fine. I was considering 95 or 94 because I should have gone for it, but what I played is fine too. Yeah, like I thought, king h1 is a mistake, but I also had a miss. I should have gone here, and I guess that's just like I'm getting in. Like I'm getting into his position. And he plays b4, and yeah. Okay, I should have pushed d5. Sacking a pawn? Wait, what? Oh, no, I'm not sacking a pawn, because if he takes anything, I take his knight. What if he takes here? Oh, yeah, he can't... Wait, but if he takes here, then he's attacking my bishop, so doesn't this work? Oh, I win... But then he takes here. Oh, no, his rook is hit. Sorry. Okay, I did not see that line. To be honest, I totally missed it, but... Yeah, I was pretty worried here that I was going to lose. Okay, I should have pushed d5 again. And if he takes it, obviously I take this pawn, but... Wait a minute. If I had pushed e5 here, what happens if... takes, then... Wait, sorry, that's not what I was thinking. What happens if takes is what I was saying. Oh, then I win because I hit his queen, he has to take, and I take, and I'm up a piece. Okay, I missed that too, so I missed e5 twice. Yeah, and then he blunders. Yeah, and by the way, taking here, I'm pretty sure would have been a massive blunder. Oh, never mind. The line I calculated was correct. Oh no, I don't want to take there. I probably would have blundered that. Oh, then I start pushing my pawn. He can try to push his, but he's not going to have anything because I can just get in front of it. Oh no, no, sorry. Forget I said that. I attack it with my bishop. That's what it is. Then he can try to defend it and stuff, but yeah, I can play this. Oops, not that. I can play this, and then if he tries to win my rook, then I can just take, because then takes. And I take. Okay, so I did miss quite a few tactics there when I thought there weren't any tactics. But what I played is totally fine in low time. I didn't complicate things. I should have played e5 so many times, but I didn't. And this is how the game could have gone. So we're back to 1564, highest rating, as I had this once before. And next game I will actually try to stay true to my list of imbalances and making them work in my favor. This game I kind of just said it and then I forgot it. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. And again, in this challenge, I'm probably going to rage quite a few times, but it's not because I'm an angry person. It's because I am a person and I have emotions, and I'm not going to try to suppress them in an attempt to create an internet persona or anything like that. And raging in a chess game is not indicative of, in my opinion, it's not indicative of having a issue, an anger management issue. So, not trying to pile up on any one commenter or anything, but that's just how I feel. So, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.